Welcome, everybody. I'm John McConnell, along with former Maryland Terrapin, Derwin Gray, and NFL player. Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me
Taking
here.
the time. Today, we're going to be rewinding the clocks a little bit. So we're going to be starting back in high school. You know, just picture yourself, freshman, senior year. You went to Friendship?
I went to Dunbar High School in North New Jersey Avenue. Then I went to Friendship for 1 year.
So you went to two high schools.
Yep.
Can you talk to me why you went to two high schools?
Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to the real answers right here. If you never, I love this answer. So I really wasn't a good student. Academically, I wasn't getting it done. And for my first 3 years of high school, I was a really phenomenal football player. And I was an exceptional football player. I was good, great, had all the abilities. But the classroom just wasn't pulling my weight. Yeah. 3 years into high school, I had to make a decision whether my future was to go play in the National Football League. Well, first of all, just to get to college, I need to get grades. And I had to just put myself in a better environment so to get away from all the distractions and get really focused on not just football, but just really get focused on my academics. Then let football carry me the rest of the way.
You obviously went through change at an early stage in your football career. Right. How did your coaches, teammates get you acclimated transferring from one high school to another?
Well, it was a little animosity because I left, and they thought it was more so was the team. But I left because it was, like I said, it was more of my future, and it was about my academics rather than my relationships with friend to friend. So for me, it was a lot. I ended up seeing Dunbar Senior High School in the DCS AA championship up Howard in 2013, where we put a whooping on Dunbar, my old high school. It was like an animosity. It was fun, but it was really heated because a lot of guys felt like I traded. But I mean, it's football. It's a business, and you have to do what's best for your future. And once again, I never regret me moving over to Friendship rather than staying at Dunbar because we might not be having the same conversation if I stayed at Dunbar.
Going now to college, is UMD your first choice, or is there any other teams that you were, or colleges that you were looking at to go to?
Honest, my first choice was University of Florida. It was Florida, and then it was Rutgers. And I fell in love with just the Urban Meyer thing down there and what they had going on in the swamp. And I also fell in love with the Piscataway, New Jersey, with P.J. Flack and Kyle Flood and Greg Schiano and those guys back there. You might not remember this, but I know my buddy Alex back there remember those guys. I just chose to stay home, man. I just felt like it was just staying home. I had more of an impact being here and playing in my own city at College Park. And I felt like if I'm good enough, I don't need to go to Rutgers or Florida Gators and the SEC to show people that I can be the top tackle in this country. So I was just confident in my ability that I can go pass that better than anybody, I can run block better than anybody, that I just had a better motor than any other tackle in this country.
With college, you get to UMD, you redshirted your freshman year.
You did your homework. I did.
How did you take the opportunity to like step back a little bit after having the success that you did in high school, really translate into the rest of your collegiate career at UMD?
I'm the first one to say this to the cameras. Anybody that do red shirt, do not look at yourself that's like, oh my gosh, like this is the worst thing that ever happened to me. That was the best thing that happened to me because me coming out of high school, me being an Under-Armour All-American, 5-star, all the scholarships, you would instantly think you're a plug-and-play guy. Absolutely not. I could not remember playbook, and I really wasn't good fundamentally with football. I was just a great athlete, can go run, jump, hop, skip, and I could do all that at a bigger size. You know what I mean? So that red shirt year back then was something that I really needed, you know what I mean, to really be the best player I was, and I rode that bench that whole year. Never saw the field, never saw Capital One field, never did anything. I just rode that bench, and that was the best thing that ever happened to me because it's part of the process. And I was calling home, calling my youth pastor. His name is David Russell, and I'm like, man, why am I playing? Why am I not playing? Like, I'm a 5-star. Like, I could have went anywhere in the country and played. Like, why am I not playing at school where we losing? We're 1-10 and one. Like, you know what I mean? I'm all these bad records and I'm on the bench. Like, why would I be on the bench? But I mean, I'm a big believer that there's a time, a reason. It's everything happens for a reason. So,
totally agree. After your redshirt freshman year, you played your first game against Michigan your next year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what it was. Yeah. Can you take me, if you remember, take me in your mind, were there any pregame jitters, any stress, or were you just like bringing the juice, confident, ready to go?
You blowing me away with this interview. I love it right now. You take me down memory lane. My first game against Michigan, was we on the road to the big house? Well, okay, both of them experienced. One was in the big house. It was the most worst time of my life, I would say. It was the best time of my life because I had to line up against a guy named Chase Winovich, was drafted by the New England Patriots, was like one of those guys who was crazy, like T.J. Watt, slap his face, yellow hair, long yellow hair, like he was crazy. Then we have another guy we know on the Green Bay Packers, number 52, 6'7", from Michigan, Rashawn Gary. Oh my goodness. I mean, I had my work cut out every play with those two guys, and they all knew that I was gonna be NFL talent, and they was NFL talent, so they all wanted my side. So it was just like they was rotating me, you know what I mean? And I think I almost gave up a sack to Rashawn Gary. He was about 6'7". He had really long arms, and he got me in my throat one time and really drove me all the way to the quarterback and didn't let me go. The play was gone. He still kept driving me. And that was one day I was like, next year he's not going to do that same move to me. And we come back here my first year we played in the big house. The next year we came here home. Rashawn Gary came out there with that same move, and I broke his elbow.
There you go.
Broke it. Like I just broke it. He never saw the game again. I was like, I will not get hit in my throat again like that last year.
I know after this, I made the right decision not to go to the NFL. With my size, I would have been gone a few years ago at this point. But that's all for today. I want to thank you again for your time, letting us know the behind the scenes of that, and have to do it again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.